tonight's the night. Jerry Lawler, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Owen Hart, Billy Gunn. Move out the way. It's time to crown a new king.
Everywhere I go, there's nowhere I belong. And anyone should tell me where will I find? 'Cause everywhere I go, I'm always on my own. Can anyone just catch me before I drown? Can anybody make me feel like I'm not the stranger tonight?
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the TEW series that is gripping the nation, so to speak. 2004, the 04 war between me and Stuart Irvine on Monday night. He is Friday night. Thursday at this point. Anyway, he's Smackdown. Yeah, King of the Ring tonight. We come together for a pay-per-view and hopefully a good one. We've got a stacked card. It is so stacked. Like, let's talk about Intercontinental title. John Cena defending against JBL. Over on Smackdown, we've got a 3 stages of hell match between Triple H and Lance Storm. We've got the World Tag Team titles on the line with the Knockout Artists defending against a team of Booker T and AJ Styles. There's so much on this card that when you get to the main event, the jaw drops, because we're looking at an Iron Man match between Eddie Guerrero and Edge. We're also looking for the WWE Championship. Shawn Michaels defending against The Undertaker and Goldberg. This is a show you don't want to miss. Capped off with that King of the Ring final. From the red brand, Randy Orton. From the blue brand, Kurt Angle. The winner of that one was chosen by you in a poll, so we'll get to that later on. King of the Ring, if you are ready for it, if you're excited, drop a like on the video now, subscribe to make sure you don't miss a thing. Comment down below on who would be your King of the Ring in 2004 if you could control everything. And let's go, King of the Ring. Get it in the books. Okay, we're in the XL Centre in Hartford, Connecticut. It used to be called the Hartford Centre, which is where they were for Vengeance 2004, which is what this pay-per-view has replaced in our save. King of the Ring tonight. We open on the pre-show for a 66. Very good. The British Bruisers and the World's Most Wanted defeat La Resistance and TNA. Val Venus submitting Salvan Grenier with a Venus flytrap. The original plan for this, we were looking at pre-show matches. Stu wanted to have British Bruisers and La Resistance together because France and England France and Britain teaming together, but obviously they're on different sides of the heel face spectrum, so we put them against each other. We managed to get World's Most Wanted get the victory because they are suddenly the World's Most Wanted. 66 for this, very good. Test 69, but William Regal on the pre-show putting out a 75.
We can't be surprised. It's William Regal, isn't it? I mean,
on the pre-show, this boy deserves main pay-per-view with them sort of performances.
I mean, yeah. I mean, but didn't he get like a really good rating in the King of the Ring tournament, first round?
He did.
But yeah, I mean, yeah. I guess for this one, I guess you're going to put, if you keep an eye on our stories as well. They're beating them twice now. That was his stance, the World's Most Wanted. That means that they solidified their place as the most wanted tag team in all of professional wrestling.
Well,
by 2 victories now. Let's see if where it goes. But
yeah, let's see where it goes. Also on the pre-show, Daniel Bryan picks up a victory over Scott Steiner for a 66 as well. Bryan 58, Steiner 60, boosted to a 66 thanks to high storyline heat for the King of the Ring. I don't remember adding that, but okay. Cheat the way through. Bryan pinning Steiner with a dragon suplex. Fine. Absolutely fine. Dropping Steiner on his head is not going to make any difference at this point. And yeah, it sets Bryan up quite nicely. Obviously, this is pre-show, so it's not televised. But Bryan goes into a big match on Raw against the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. So,
yeah, good. I mean, I just find it funny. Both the matches got 66. Like, is the devil coming?
It's the devil coming. Let's kick off the main card with a video package for an 85. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, lots of the guys you expect to be in it. Taker, Shawn, Goldberg ahead of their WWE title match, which I can reveal now is the main event of the evening. We've got Eddie and Edge ahead of their Iron Man match for the world title. Orton and Kurt Angle as well ahead of their King of the Ring final. And we'll also throw Triple H in for the last spot because why not? 85, good. Let's kick off then with the WWE Intercontinental Championship. It's the Battle of the Johns. A match that, well, a year later would be a world title match at WrestleMania. We're doing it for the Intercontinental title tonight. John Cena defends against John Bradshaw Layfield. You've got rich aristocracy arrogance versus, as JBL would put it, hood trash in John Cena. Let's see.
Who's going to become the famous name? Who's going to become Big Match John? No? Doesn't work?
I don't. It's that awful. We're having it.
No?
Right.
No? Okay.
Let's see how the match does. It should be a good start to main event talents on Raw. JBL at 79, but Cena now pushing a 90 out of nowhere. Let's see how this goes. Your winner, John Cena. That would have been cruel. An 80. Oh, that's a sucky start.
What's the one? It says very little drama to flow to it, and nobody in the ring had psychology to take control properly.
81 for JBL, Cena 89, bumped down to an 80 because of that issue. So you're probably looking at an 84, 85 here, which is annoying.
I mean, I was thinking from real life in the concept of their match at WrestleMania 21. I mean, when you look at that match, that wasn't exactly amazing. A lot of that was basically JBL was in control and John Cena just won. So maybe that might be fair. Maybe it is.
I did expect a little winner, but it's not the world. It's not the end of the world. Let's talk about that finish thing. You can see it. John Cena defeats JBL by pinfall with an FU after a distraction from the chairman of the board, Vincent Kennedy McMahon. That's right. I mean, look. The finish, I kind of have to go back to it. JBL kidnapped Vince McMahon, for God's sake, right? Do you really think Vince was going to take that line down? You really think Vince hasn't been plotting and planning and looking and watching Raw and going, hang on a minute, JBL thinks he's going to win a championship? I just thought of an idea that might work for you. I don't know if with the Brock situation, did you mention that he's injured, or did you just say he just didn't turn up? He's just gone. No, Brock. We had JBL. We had Savage announce it that he's injured, and JBL say he's got rid of the weak link. Now JBL doesn't have Brock Lesnar there. I'm just thinking the idea that basically, like, I don't know how you would do it, but Vince took him out, or not him, for that he got somebody else to take him out. Maybe. I mean, I like the idea that Vince is like, okay, when you had Brock Lesnar there, I was a little bit worried because Brock was the guy that really took me hostage on your orders. But now you haven't got your heavy to back you up. Now, is it time for Rich Man versus Rich Man? It might just be time for Rich Man versus Rich Man.
Oh, God.
80 for the match. Post-match, JBL looks on in shock at Vince McMahon looking smug on the apron, on the stage. Cena like, I have no idea what this issue is, but I'm just going to walk away with my championship. Thank you very much. 89, much better. Form to John Cena, fantastic. Vince versus JBL is where we're heading towards SummerSlam. I'll let you know now. That is what we're going to do. Well, you do like your crazy. Because I know you like your crazy storyline, so I've got a feeling this is going to finish it off that way, in my mind. You have to finish it off that way. But you can't, as you said, you can't kidnap the chairman of the board and think you get away with it. Absolutely not. 89, good stuff. Backstage, Edge cuts a promo on Eddie Guerrero for 92, talking about the Iron Man match tonight. Obviously, this one, I kind of like the idea of Edge kind of just going, okay, maybe it's not like he's, because obviously I think it was, if I remember, like Eddie, it was Eddie Guerrero, I think, came up with the idea. He took it, and he's proven that he is better than Eddie. He just knows that he can beat him, and it's like, it feels like this is like his last. It felt at this particular moment he thinks this is his last shot. Like he literally is like,
Iron Man match. He knows he can out wrestle Eddie. He knows he can outperform Eddie, and he can prove that he is the workhorse of this entire company. And it's like, I was going to say Iron Man, but I don't think that'd be too on the nose. But like, but yeah, I think the idea of just this is like Edge is like, he's not desperate, but he just knows how important this match is, and he knows that he needs to win it.
He knows that this is potentially his final shot, right?
Yeah.
So 92, good stuff. We do a video package for the 3 stages of hell for an 82. Triple H and Lance Storm. It's fine because it's a video package. Triple H and Storm, 3 stages of hell. But before we get there, Triple H is on his way to the ring when he bumps into, well, a couple of old friends for a 100. No surprise at all.
It's obviously why I don't put these 3 together. We all put 3 together for that. It's a guaranteed 100 banker, that one, isn't it? Definitely is.
What I've called 3 stages of reunion. Triple H, ahead of his 3 stages of hell match, bumps into the 2 men that he's wrestled in that match before. Stone Cold Steve Austin and Shawn Michaels. But not just wrestled, beat them. Triple H is 2-0 going into this 3 stages of hell match. We really, really throw that down now. And the idea that Triple H is confident and cocky because this is his match.
Nietzsche, was it? Yes, he didn't choose the stipulation, what the 3 stages are, but he picked the match. So it's like he's confident, like he can finally, I don't want to use the word end the Lance Storm problem once and for all, but for Triple H, that's how he looks at Lance Storm. He's been a thorn in his side for so long, and it's like this match is like can guarantee that he can get rid of Lance Storm out of his life, and he can move on to what he truly wants, is to become world champion once again.
Yeah.
Type thing.
Well, can he get rid of Lance Storm? Is the 3 stages of hell match the match that Triple H finally gets rid of this issue, or could Lance Storm really beat Triple H? Not once, not twice, but 3 times?
In a 3 stages of hell match, it's possible. But we're guessing.
Well, let's find out. 3 stages of hell on King of the Ring. Let's have a look. Triple H, Lance Storm get an 82.
That's probably because was it Triple H probably isn't happy that again.
It's about right, though, if you look at the performances. Triple H, 88, Lance Storm, 77. It's a little harsh. You could have potentially gone to a sort of an 83, 84, but it's probably about right. It's about the halfway point between 77 and 88, right?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's a feud that's like, it's a weird one, because obviously you're thinking, okay, you've let Lance Storm win 3 in a row, but I've got plans for Lance Storm, and obviously I'm trying to get Triple H out of the habit that we all know he is an 04. So, because we all know it's kind of it's all on him, isn't it? So, but for the match itself, I've put the idea that basically, so obviously got the 3 falls. First fall goes Triple H. Let's find a way, like he cheats, low blow, hits the pedigree. He wins the first fall. Lance Storm wins the second one with a was it half Boston Crab? Because I know he has. I think that's one of his one of his moves he used to do back in the day.
And of course, the second fall was a submission match, so makes
Yes.
Triple H tap. But you could also tell that story that Triple H like, no, you know what, fine, you can have it. You can have it. Survive to the final.
Because in that now he's going, and then he's obviously now going into the match. And the final fall is a cage match. But yeah, obviously, if you go for the old Stone Cold one, it was very endurance at this point. They're all kind of like, okay, this has been a long, hard-fought match. But the way I've done it is a situation goes. You got Triple H trying to. I like that. Maybe I look because Triple H maybe is like maybe because you still have you can win by escape the cage stipulation and cage match as well. Mm-hmm. So he tries to climb. Lance Storm brings him down, and just when he's like dazed, turns around, hits one super kick. Then he picks him up again, hits another super kick, then picks him up again, a 3rd super kick. Yes, I'm doing a super kick party before it was cool. Okay.
On Triple H as well.
But and in 04 when there wasn't no such thing as a super kick party, it would be a big deal. So Triple H is like 3 super kicks. He's beating people with 1. So Triple H is probably at this point. And what if I put top of the cage? I want to do that. He hits like he's he hits another one. But I like the idea. You know how much I love people doing top rope moves in cages.
Because of course, yeah. I mean, we all remember the Rikishi driver.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's just I know I keep repeating the same finish, but I like the idea of like a match like that needs to end in spectacle. Especially it's a feud ender. It needs to end in a big way. So what I've put is the idea he goes to the top. Put it in a situation that he's got there's a chair in there or something. Like Triple H used it in the submission match, and it's still in the ring. So he goes to the top, sits there, holds his case, stands top, sees the whole crowd, and then he sits there and he goes to the top and he hits it's an elbow drop from the top of the cage with the chair in hand. You know, that's a very ECW kind of feel to it. Hits that from the top, gets the 1, gets the 2, gets the 3, and that Storm has done. Beat Triple H 3 times, and yeah,
an amazing result, really. Like Lance Storm pinning Triple H 3 matches in a row in 2004, and as you'd expect, post-match, Triple H sat in the corner in utter shock. He was so confident for this. This is his match. There's no way in his mind he ever thought he'd ever lose this. But Lance Storm somehow, some way, has done it again.
So the first one, like, what I like about the story is like what I try to put it is, first time you can say fluke, second time you can say he wasn't prepared, but the third, like, there's no excuses now. Like, Lance Storm is not just this. I hope we'll find out obviously this is a defining victory for him now. It's like this guy is a real deal now. And obviously Triple H, his character's best when his back's against the wall, I find. So I think it works for both characters. But the idea of he's literally shocked in the corner, and he's put like he's in shock, but he's also he's got that kind of shaky, you know, like when someone's on the verge of snapping.
Yeah.
That the like head is shaking and his hand is shaking. Like anyone say one bad word to him, he's going to probably beat up someone. Basically,
I mean, look, this feud has been traumatic for Triple H. That's the right word, I think. Traumatic. So let's see where he heading into what some people would say the biggest party of the summer. I'm not buying it, so to speak. Look, Triple H's luck against Lance Storm hasn't quite been there. Let's go to another man who's had, well, a lack of luck this year. We go to Booker T and AJ Styles. Now, Booker tells AJ that he needs to change his title look here, because let's look through the year. Booker T went to No Way Out against Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship and didn't win. Booker T wanted that WrestleMania redemption, and he couldn't get it by losing the Intercontinental title Fatal 4-Way. He's then had a one-on-one shot against Randy Orton and lost 2 of them, in fact. He just hasn't got it done in title matches so far this year. But tonight could be the night that changes. That's what Booker T tells AJ, that they need to change his title look tonight when they face the Big Show and Jamie Noble for the World Tag Team titles, and it's next. Booker T feeling the pressure, and this is AJ's biggest match of his career so far. So, can they win the title, Stu? What do you think?
I mean, I don't want to use the old cliche saying, but 50-50, yeah. I don't know. I mean, either way, whoever wins, it would work for me. But I mean, if you go into the story I think you're going for, I know where it's going, but I guess only one way to find out. Find out now.
Okay, for the World Tag Team titles, the Knockout Artists, Booker T and AJ Styles, your winners. And still World Tag Team Champions for a 76. Good, considering AJ Styles is in it and was actually off his game. Cheers, AJ. Big moment. Good stuff. 76. AJ Styles, 66. And, of course, Knockout Artists retain the titles. The Big Show pins Booker T with a choke slam after AJ Styles accidentally wiped out Booker T. The pressure, too much for the face tag team. AJ, a complete clear accident, and the commentators will put that down of a look, it happens sometimes, it's not AJ's fault, it just happens. Knockout Artists successfully defend their titles. Look, 85 from Booker is the best. Big Show 87 is the best, but good from Booker as well. Jamie Noble 58, AJ Styles 66. We did this match to cool the crowd a little bit after a hot start with 2 big matches. 76. Yeah, this is fun.
I mean, was it one about the level you were thinking of?
Yeah, to be honest, yeah. I thought it might have potentially breached the 80 mark if AJ was really on his game and putting in maybe a 70. But
it's
AJ
too early for that,
wasn't quite on his game, so...
I think AJ's he's only been there for, a month?
A month or two, yeah, so it's
a bit too early for him. But to get 66 now is good. Is an encouraging sign.
It's good. 76, it's good. And like we said, the finish, maybe a bit of tension going forward for the face tag team. Knockout artists keep their title. Who the hell can stop the Big Show? Well, we'll see what they do at SummerSlam as well. I'm pretty pleased. With that. So far, the pay-per-view's been...
Good.
Good without being great, if I'm honest.
But then, the greatness is like yet to come, I think.
Well, is it time for that greatness now? Because we're going to hear from the world champion, Eddie Guerrero, for a 90. Talking about the Iron Man match, as you can see what I've written there, he says he is the Iron Man of this company, of this business, and tonight... he proves it. Have you got anything else to add? It's a pretty simple sort of promo.
Yeah, I like simple promos. It's not knowing that sometimes I do go a bit overboard with my writing of them, but I do like simple promos. But yeah, I mean, that's why I kind of made sure that Edge didn't say it. So it's a situation of Eddie's got that moment. But yeah, it's like they've both got simple promos. They're basically there's no really hatred here, no like bad blood. It's just basically he's champion. He wants to show he's the best. Edge wants to be champion, wants to show he's the best. And they just want to fight it out in the ultimate proof of endurance and showing you're the best in this Nightmare match. So, yeah, it's gonna be interesting what it gets because I'm hoping I hope it does better than I think it would do. I hope it surprises me this match.
Now let's go back to the Great American Bash where Eddie and Edge had their first match for the world title. And it was disappointing. It was an 18. It was disappointing. We're giving them the big gimmick here. Let's see if the game rewards us. It is Eddie Guerrero. It is Edge. It is 30 goddamn minutes for the world title on the line right here in Hartford, Connecticut. This is the moment. Stu, your winner.
And still your world heavyweight champion for a 83. That's fine. I'm kind of glad we made a decision now. I really am because I don't know what it is, but like for was it a 92 debut Eddie Guerrero and 88 and 83? Could it be the length? Probably done it.
I don't know. I would say Eddie Guerrero's title run has been not necessarily hitting the ground running. No, it's not necessarily been hot. Not the storyline point of view, just match-wise. Penalised for odd face heel combination, but that's it. The game's a little bit harsh, if I'm honest.
But this time it doesn't shock me because that's what we got last time. So it is better than their first meeting.
It is better, yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think last time I was really hoping it would do well because obviously Edge done really well his last feud, then this didn't. So I'm kind of glad we made the decision we did with this one. But yeah, this one I've kind of really leaned into the idea that basically, like normally how these falls work, it's either 2-1, 3-2 or something like that. And it's always a situation of like he gets one and then he gets one. And it's like back and forth sometimes and them kind of stuff. So the idea I've done with this is basically Edge wins the first 2 falls. So he's got a 2-0 lead, right? So the first one he hits a spear out of nowhere, boom, gets the first win. Then he hits a roll-up. And as I say,
out wrestles Eddie Guerrero for the second fall.
Yeah, and I put he uses the ropes, but now when you say out wrestle him, I like it better that he just let's do the thing where he do the pin, he counters the pin, the roll up stuff, and then he's able to just put enough strength to stop Eddie from kicking out, and that's 2. So obviously after this point, basically, like the idea, basically like everyone's going, I don't see how Eddie's going to come back from this. You know, let's say this is around about like it's like 0-0 for like 10, like 12 to 15.
10 minutes,
yeah. So it's like, and then it's 2-0, and then you got number 5, or like get to a point where it's like it's the like last 10 minutes, and it's 2-0. Like let's play it like what it is, like a football match with 2-0 down, 10 minutes go, should be over, right? Type of situation. But I like the idea that basically like Edge gets complacent, thinks it's all over. or we think he's got it won, and then he tries to he does. Like I say, he goes for a spear again. He makes a mistake. Eddie does a roll up himself, gets back into it, that kind of stuff. So it's 2-1. Okay, back on. Then we've got a situation of like Edge. Edge is like, okay, now he's getting more intense, and then his anger. I like that. His anger is kind of like it shows his inexperience in world title matches that he like panics. So now he's going full intense. But then Eddie, because he has his experience, gets back into it. I mean, I didn't put exactly how he got back, like make it 2-2, but I sit there and say he hits. He's able to use experience and hit that. What's that submission move he used to have? The El Paso or something. Yeah, like he locks that in, and obviously Edge thinking tactically taps. So it's 2-2, and that's say it's like we've got 2 minutes left, 2-2, right? And that's do what the best Iron matches. That's kind of use the idea that basically do the opposite of one of the greatest Iron matches of all time, with obviously the Kurt Angle Brock Lesnar one, where he tries to get back into it, but time runs out. And that ended like way. So I like the idea that do the opposite of that. It's like he just wins, and like let's say he wins. Like let's say he sits there and maybe not another roll up, but he hits the Three Amigos, he hits the Frog Splash, and he just gets that 3 count 2 seconds before the time ends.
Yeah.
And then I think it works as a storyline point because Eddie said why he's the Iron Man. Like literally he's come back from 2-0 down to go and win the whole thing, defend and successfully defend his title. I like the idea that Edge just falls short by 2 seconds.
Wow. 2 seconds. Unfortunate for Edge, but very good for the world champion, Eddie Guerrero. He goes into SummerSlam as your champion, but it's time, potentially, to figure out who he's facing at SummerSlam, because we're going to go into the King of the Ring. Backstage, Randy Orton's cutting a promo with Evolution by side when he's interrupted by the Smackdown contender, Kurt Angle, for a 97.
Mate, when you've got Randy, like, let's see, Randy Orton.
We've got Orton, Flair, Batista, and Angle, 4 future Hall of Famers at this point. Wow.
You just, I mean, I would, how has it not got at least, it's near to 100, but yeah, but I mean, how we put this up, I think the idea that basically, I think we decided to do a situation of like, Kurt's going there to try and poke the bear, if you know what I mean, like trying to go Orton into making a, like, getting him, well, I don't say emotional because he is volatile. You do put him as like a volatile guy that easily provoked.
Yeah, definitely. He definitely got that temper problem, and that plays into this here. Kurt Angle using his brains. He knows that he can outsmart Orton here, and it's what he does. He goads Orton into leaving Batista and leaving Flair in the back, making it 1-on-1. And Kurt Angle's chances have suddenly gone, a lot higher due to the fact that Evolution won't be at ringside.
So the question is this the old put up or shut up now for Orton, isn't it? Could he possibly finally prove?
Could he prove that he's as good as he thinks he is, or has he been completely outsmarted and has Kurt Angle just sealed King of the Ring? Shall we find out, Stu? This is a big one.
Yeah, I mean, I said this has got potential to be match of the month. It's the only downside. The only thing that could stop it is it's heel versus heel. But I've got high expectations for this, so I guess you're the same.
I think I don't know. I'm trying to be hopeful, but I don't know. Heel versus heel worries me. But look, we went into the month knowing that the winner of the month's competition, of the month's rating shows, would get King of the Ring, whether it be Raw or whether it be SmackDown. Now, unfortunately, there was nothing between us. A 2-2 draw meant we went to you guys. You guys that watched the video on Wednesday quickly, because we live streamed on the Wednesday, and the people on Twitch too. So, King of the Ring, Orton, Angle, your winner. And new King of the Ring, representing Monday Night Raw, Randy Orton for a 92. That's match of the night for sure. Not match of the month, but not match of the night. Very good. Angle 97. Wow. 92 for Randy Orton. They had great chemistry, and that's right. It's not a Kurt Angle victory tonight. It is King Randy. We're not going to stick with the King moniker, don't worry. But Randy Orton wins. A big win. The biggest win of Randy Orton's career right here. Because Randy Orton now is going to SummerSlam.
So, I mean, should we sit there and, like, obviously, because we couldn't really totally book the finish of this, because obviously we didn't know who won, to very, very close to when we were booking this. But, like, I guess you want to point out the finish you've come up with now?
Well, it was a bit of what... So I looked at what you had written here, and what we got is Randy Orton going for an RKO. Kurt Angle counters into an angle slam. But then, rather than going for a pin, Angle goes for the finish him. Angle locked in the ankle lock, and Randy Orton is in a mess. He's got no Flair to bail him out. He's got no Batista to bail him out. It doesn't look like he's going to reach the ropes. And it looks like Kurt Angle has sealed the King of the Ring. But somehow, some way, Randy Orton finds that little bit extra inside of him when it counted. He reached the ropes. And at this point, Kurt Angle is frustrated. Now, remember, Kurt Angle has been away for a month to recharge and figure out his state of mind after not being able to win the world title. He came back for this. He came back for this moment. So the straps that are already down, they go back up, and then they go back down again in Kurt Angle fashion, because it is time to well and truly put Orton to bed. But Kurt Angle took his eye off Randy Orton just enough for Orton limping with his leg, limping with his ankle, to nail one hell of an RKO. Now remember, when Orton hits the RKO, nobody kicks out, and nobody kicks out again, because Kurt Angle is not going to be kicking out, because Randy Orton is King of the Ring.
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea that basically, like, I think with Orton, I like the story that, like, he actually found that little extra that probably not even he knew he had.
Yeah, to reach the ropes, but also at this point, he knows Kurt's on top. He looks injured from the ankle, or at least selling an injury from an ankle because of Kurt Angle's work. And he knows he's in desperation mode. And when you're in desperation mode and your name's Randy Orton, there's only one thing that can win the match for you: the RKO. We are putting the finishing move over once again in a big match. I think it protects Kurt enough.
I know. I mean, I think, as I said, from voting, we decided it's kind of had a rough idea where this is going. But I think the idea that this is one of these matches that you would think, oh, he lost, but it doesn't damage him at all. Like, no. Because it was just a split second. And again, he's because he's been away. He's supposed to be focused. He's supposed to stop stuff like this from happening. So obviously he's still got some work to do, but that could mean bad things for anyone that gets in his way now. This could make you think Angle's being unhinged going into the final. After this defeat, people should watch out for Kurt.
Well, post-match, we're going to do the coronation of King Orton for a 100 rated segment. You like to see that. Randy Orton is handed his trophy, apparently, that Owen Hart had. He's handed his big stick thing. What's it called?
Scepter.
He's handed his scepter. He sits on the throne, and he's given the crown. Randy Orton is King of the Ring. Now, he's not going to be doing a King gimmick because, well, they suck. Apart from King Booker. So that's King Booker.
But that's one.
That's one out of the many. So we're not going to be doing that. But Orton potentially carrying a trophy around isn't a bad thing. But Orton's going to be focused because Orton has got a WWE Championship opportunity at SummerSlam. 100 rated segment is good. Let's move on then to what could be history. Trish and Lita agree to make history. They agree to leave it all in the ring, Stu, because it's time for a ladder match. Yeah, well,
maybe it's just to prove that a lot of my storylines are not complicated this month. It's just basically most of my storylines are basically respect.
Right.
I mean, well, except for maybe the 3 Station. That's not respect. But like, so it's 2 out of 3, ironically. But yeah, just for this one, it's like if you're gonna do Trish, you're gonna do Leah. You could do a situation where it's like, okay, you could do like like one's face, one heel. But let's be fair. I like as I put across the last couple of weeks. Trish is basically like she's taken the women's division on her back, and she's every time she defends it, she wants to elevate or innovate the women's or women do in wrestling.
The ace of the women's division.
Basically, yeah. As she was an 04 as well, so it kind of makes sense. But yes, but it's not complicated. Basically, Leah wants the title because obviously she wants she hasn't won it for a while and she wants it back. Prove herself that she's still one of the best wrestlers out there. And Trish wants to set an example. Obviously, she put the match. She said the match. She can't lose the match that she set up or like it was her stipulation. So yeah, it's got some good stakes to it. So yeah, ladder match. Be interesting, and 04, as we said before, this is unheard of. 04 ladder match between 2 women,
and that's the point. 2 women about to make history in a ladder match for the women's championship. I'm not saying it's the first ladder match, but the idea here is that it's going to be the women's ladder match that people remember. Will it live up to expectations? Look, this isn't going to be a 1995 match, but if this gets an 80, my God, is it good?
If it gets to the rating of that of that segment, a 77 or 78,
yeah,
very happy.
Let's find out. Trish Lita, Women's Championship ladder match. Your winner, Stu.
And still, I'm happy that still your WWE Women's Champion is Trish Stratus. Yes, obviously I'm not gonna take the title off. Trish, after she's set up the stipulation and obviously might be starting in the future, but 72 was its. I mean, I would like to 74, like 61 there by Lita, 74 by Trish. I mean, maybe I don't know what the stipulation, the length, but again, 72 is very good though. I mean, I don't think I would love to find out if it's like that. That's the best women's match we've had in the save. I don't know if I can find out, but we can figure it out.
I would guarantee it, if I'm honest.
I don't think I've seen a match that get kind of 70s, not in that kind of way anyway.
No.
But yeah, so this one, when I was thinking of the ladder match, it's a weird image to have, but I kind of, when I was thinking about it, if any of you kind of back in the day watched any of ROH, any of the ladder war matches, the first one they did, basically the idea, they done a lot of matches where they used the ladders were very easily bent. So it's like so it looked really spectacular when you chuck something in there, it bent. So it looked like it's more spectacular. So what I've kind of thought here is if you're going to have this, it is the first. Well, if you put it as the first, it's got to have the most spectacular moves in it. So the way I've done this is it's a great match. You use unique ways with the ladder. Bridging it. Like I got this one where basically I think Lita bridges the kind of the ladder between the apron and the barrier on the outside. And does a thing where basically she puts Trish Stratus on it and does a moonsault onto the outside. But we're not talking about ladders that this is made of material where it breaks in half type situation. Right. So it looks spectacular. And and a lot of that stuff, using the ladder. But the way I've kind of wanted to end it is the situation. They're climbing up the ladder. You've got a ladder bridge between the ladder and the ring ropes, that kind of stuff. And what was it? Was it Trish Stratus's Stratus faction? It was a bulldog, right? Yeah. I remember. I like the idea of him like she sits. They're both fighting at the top, and then all of a sudden Trish just hits a Trish Stratus faction onto this bridge ladder, right? Lita's out, ladder's bent, so it looks spectacular as well, and then just do the cliche, champion slowly going up that ladder, type stuff. Just gets to the top. You can see Lita's just about to. Looks like she's trying to. She's finally woken up from that, and she looks like she's trying to climb. But Trish is too far up. She grabs the title. She gets the victory. But yeah, I put this as being like it's not just a ladder match. It's a ladder war type situation. Because if it's going to be a first, you got to be spectacular. But 72, good. I think that's very good.
It's good. Yeah, definitely good. So we've had a good sort of end towards the show now. Can the main event carry it to elite level? Now, if anyone's going to do it, it is these 3 men. The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels and Goldberg. We do a video package. We do a The idea is we're even going to have a voiceover for this, going through their history. Taker from debut to now, where he's undefeated at WrestleMania. He is a former world champion, multiple time world champion at this point, yeah. And potentially the standard bearer in this business. You go to Goldberg, a man who had such an undefeated streak in WCW, became the heart and soul of WCW in a lot of ways, and became world champion. Then you go to the current WWE champion, Mr. Shawn Michaels, a man who has done and won it all. Who really is the best? This is where we find out. We have talking heads from lots of people: Stone Cold Steve Austin, Big Show. You can get Mick Foley involved in on this. Lots of people with history with these men. But who is the best? It's time to find out. It's for the WWE Championship. It's Goldberg and Undertaker looking to take the title from the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. This is your main event. This is something big. I'm hoping for a big segment rating, big match rating even. Remember, Brock Lesnar was supposed to be a part of this, but unfortunately suffered a broken ankle and will be out for a year. But when it's Taker, Shawn Michaels and Goldberg, I suppose it's not too bad of a replacement as such, is it?
Substitute, as they say.
Yeah, it could be worse match to suffer an injury on. So let's find out. Main event for the pay-per-view. Your winner. Who's the best? Your winner. And still your WWE champion for an 88. That's lower than I would hope. Shawn Michaels. Now, yeah, 95 from Shawn, Taker 95, Goldberg 84, and I knew Goldberg would be the problem because, it's Goldberg. But
you put him in a 21-minute match, of course, it's not going to be.
Yeah, and the crowd was starting to get burnt out.
Yeah, but I guess that's the thing. I think we've got to start understanding it. We do try to do it, but it's like we can't help but stack the cards. So I think it's. But I mean, to get down to 88, it's still
It's good. It's not as good as it could be, but it's good. Shawn Michaels gets the win, pinning Goldberg. Sweet chin music. 3 titans of the business going one on one. And Shawn Michaels comes out on top. He's beaten legends here. Right?
I mean, on paper. It's one of those matches on paper. Like, it's just... But yeah, I mean, it's big. I mean... I don't know if you've gone for the finish. I don't know if you have.
The finish is Shawn Michaels pinning Goldberg, Taker taken out of it by a spear, Shawn Michaels taking that opportunity. Sweet chin music, 1, 2, 3. It's a simple finish. It's just to put over that Shawn Michaels right now is the best. The best. He's beaten, as I say, again, 2 legends here. But we end the show with a preview for SummerSlam. He's beaten 2 legends. What about a legend killer for a 100 rated segment? Randy Orton comes out on stage with his cape and his king garments on, but he's looking at it thinking there's a piece of gold I'm missing, and Shawn Michaels is holding it. Orton Michaels SummerSlam. Book it in. It's happening. 100. Yeah. Good end to the show.
I mean, this SummerSlam's standing out to be one hell of a show. But that's fine. Better find out what this rating got first, of course.
Right, King of the Ring. I'll be honest. I am slightly disappointed with the show. I feel like it's been good, but it hasn't hit that next level today. Don't know why. Some of the matches that we're talking, Cena and JBL was a little low. Edge and Eddie was a little low. Triple H and Lance Storm.
For me personally, I think the ratings for my matches are kind of what I was expecting. It's like. Because I don't think...
Yeah. Let me rephrase it. Every match tonight, none of the matches have been below what we're expecting. They've been standard. They've been good. But they haven't hit that next level. The one that probably did was King of the Ring. But... Yeah.
But it's like... It's because, again, as we're pointing out many times, as you can see from our show ratings, we have high expectations. So
we have high expectations.
This is a bare minimum.
Yeah. Let's see what King of the Ring does. We get... a 91. Sounds about right. As I say, good show. We can do better, weirdly, but
I think yeah, of course we can. I think it's I think it probably did help that obviously, yeah, the main event did cut. Or did I mean, 88's not a disappointing score, but we expect a little bit better. But yeah, I think everything went according a way for me anyway, according to kind of the ratings I was expecting the matches to get in a way. But yeah, I mean, I think obviously we have to check from the other pay-per-views what they got, but I think it's still like on the high end of our pay-per-view ratings.
It's probably fifth or sixth, but it's not up there. But it look, it's a good show, and it sets SummerSlam up. Shawn Michaels Orton is booked. Who's going to go after Eddie Guerrero? Well, that remains to be seen. Who's going to go after Trish Stratus remains to be seen. John Cena remains to be seen. What's going to happen with the Raw Tag Division, and what the hell's going on with Triple H? There's a lot to do.
Yeah,
into SummerSlam, and of course, the rich man versus rich man is. I'll tell you, it's happening. It is happening.
But if it's as crazy as the storyline that perceived previous, then I'm very excited for that one. But yeah, 91, I'm happy with that personally. I think that's for. We know we could do better, but if our like bare minimum is 91, I think there's nothing to be sniffed at. That's really good.
All right then, King of the Ring's in the books, as we say, and I mean it's a good pay-per-view. I'm a little disappointed. I'm not overjoyed with it. I thought with the big main event, if that main event does like a 96, 97, we're flying instead at an 88. It's a little disappointing, but we've crowned the King of the Ring. We've crowned Randy Orton. We're on the road to SummerSlam. Orton, Michaels. I'm excited for it. It's a big match. Big match. So yeah, lots to do indeed. This is the only video on this week. There'll be no video Wednesday. We'll be back next week with a double bill. Fingers crossed. But I should be back with an AW video on Friday, so make sure you don't miss subscribe to the channel so you don't. Until next time, peace. Randy Orton, King of the Ring. Randall King Orton. It's brilliant.